Hey, this is Jim Phillips with Remember Veteran Grave Markers. Today we've gone out to Calvary Cemetery here in Toledo, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that. We found a couple graves, but I'm working on this one here. It's unreadable to some extent. His name is Tribalt, something Tribalt. So we're trying to figure this out. So I've got his headstone, and what we're trying to do initially is to get it prepared for the work we're going to do. I do a little bit of documentation beforehand, and I also measure the stone. This stone is going to measure 10 inches, which means it's an old stone. It's one of the older stones out there. The newer stones are 12 inches and even 13 inches, but that's what we do. Then I go through and I trim around the headstone, as you can see there with my clippers. Clip. Yep, got those things going. I want to get that taken care of so we don't have to fiddle with any of the grass that might be hitting the stone while I'm working on it. The next step here that you're going to see is just kind of a prep work. It's getting the stone wet in preparation for taking a scraper to it, and also scrubbing it with Orvus. So I'm using Orvus as a cleaning agent, and later on I'll use D2. But right now I'm just using water to soften things up. This one has lichen on it, has a lot of dirt, and as you'll see later on, it really kind of glows after the D2 is attached to it. So I'm getting it nice and wet. Now it is at this point I'm out there and it's like I don't know, 102 degrees. So of course I do it again because by the time I'm done, I need to get it re-wet. So I'm re-wetting the stone, and I'll be scraping it just shortly. But it is important to be able to get the stone nice and wet, get the lichen all kind of mushy so that you can use the scraper on it. And it'll make the brushing a whole lot easier in doing so. So I use just a spray container for that. Now I'm taking my brush, and it's a soft bristle brush that I'm using, and I'm just applying rotations to it. I use Orvus at I guess 30 milliliters to a gallon. That kind of for a breakdown. So I use a gallon of that, and we are working on this stone. Now I'll do this a couple times to try to get as much off as possible so that when it's time to apply the D2, I will have enough of the dirt off, enough of the other things off, that the D2 is working just on the things that it needs to work on. D2 is not a cleaning agent, it is an anti-biological agent. So Orvus allows us to clean with this. So you just see, that's doing simple cleaning, nothing particularly heavy duty. As you're looking at this, I'll be doing more of this spraying. I like to use a pump sprayer. It's more economical on water, and it's easier to direct all of the attention of the sprayer rather than taking water and just pouring it from the jug. So I like this technique a little bit better. Notice I'm not using any metal items to be able to do any scraping or work on it. So next part here is we're going to go out and I'm going to do some more spraying. And the reason for that is that I just want to make sure it's all prepared. Because once I get all this stuff done, the D2 is what's going to be used to pull the stuff out. I'll just be able to do that. So I'm kind of excited about this. And this is my first video to be able to kind of go cradle to grave for you. Going from the beginning where I have I bring out a notebook, I capture information about the stone, I write it down, I measure the stone. The 10 inches is significant because it indicates one of the first stones that were issued for the Civil War. So it's later on they it went from 10 inches wide to to 12 inches wide, and that'll happen Spanish-American War time frame. But right now, this is an old stone, and it needs tender, loving care. Here at the cemetery, they really don't. One of the comments I've made about cemeteries is that they focus attention on mowing, but they don't focus attention on cleaning. And the reason is they're not staffed to do that, and secondly, that's not how they planned it. So we have to do that. When I say we, I'm talking about the veteran community, all the communities that have an interest in preserving history and our understanding of our fallen. So I'm still looking up this gentleman here that I'm taking care of. I'm having some difficulty on Find a Grave and also Fold 3, but we'll find out more. I'll go to the cemetery tomorrow and ask them about this particular stone and see if they can give me some insight as to what's going on. Okay, I'm letting this stone kind of rest right now. It's wet. At this point, time has elapsed. Now it's dry. Now I'm going to be applying the D2 to this. So you should see this happy face of mine sort of show up any moment to be able to pull this together. So this is, now I'm here with my little conical spray thing using a container. And now the container does say Roundup on it, but that's not what's in there. What's in there is just D2. It's just a nice sprayer that came from, I think I got that at Menards. But notice that it keeps the spray in a conical area, so you're not a lot of overspray. Notice that the color of the stone is changing, and that's because all the work we did beforehand now allows the D2 to work on the stone, and that's a pretty cool thing. This is what it looked like when I left today. So this is a good thing. You too can do this. It's a pretty simple process. What you need to do is look at that. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you can find us on Facebook.